They say that offense sells tickets, but the defense wins games. I suppose that is probably very true if you go back into the world of football and especially college ball, which I dearly love. It is true that there has been more than a fair share of games that have been won because of really good defense. When it comes to your money, I want you to understand that that principle is very sound. There is very, very much truth to that. You see, all of your life, you've been working, you've been accumulating, and you've been saving. And most of your life, you've been working and accumulating and saving by means of particular types of investments or financial tools. For most of us, those tools are provided to us by our employer. It could be things like 401ks or simple IRAs, maybe even Keel plans and things that are maybe a little bit older, but a little more out of style, but still very much relevant. But then all of a sudden you start to realize that you're getting older, and you start to realize a little bit of your own mortality. You start to begin to look around and you see all of the geopolitical volatility. You see all of the trade war talk, and you see how it's affecting the market, and you realize if we were to go through another correction like what we saw from 2000 to 2003, when the stock market dropped by half, by 50%, if we realized volatility like what we saw from 2007 to 2009, where the S&P 500 lost over 63% of its value, well, if you have one of those experiences now, you're up a creek. You will be in a position where you are too old to continue to work. You may end up having to wait too long for your money to come back. And all in all, it's not a palatable scenario at all. So what do you do? Well, the reality is that for most of us, we have to be able to find ways to take some winnings off the table. Now, if you're in a retirement program through an employer, I want you to understand that most 401ks are not designed for defense. 401ks are designed for offense, aren't they? They're designed to put points on the board. But the problem is that sometimes when there's 2 minutes left in the clock and you're up 7 points, you realize if you throw that next Hail Mary pass, it might get picked up and you might end up losing the entire game. So what do? Well, there's two options. The first option is an internal fix, and it's basically moving your money into a stable value or a fixed interest fund within the 401k. Most 401ks have these because it's a little bit of a cover the hiney for the company that's offering the 401k. But the second option is one that you will likely find to be the most useful for you. If you're over the age of 59 and a half, you will be given the opportunity under most circumstances to be able to exercise a privilege called the in-service rollover. And the in-service rollover will allow you to be able to take your winnings off the table. It allows you to take money from your employer retirement program, take those points, and make certain that you never forfeit them. You can roll those dollars totally tax-free. You can put them into an IRA. And what can you do? Well, now an entire universe is open to you for investing. You see, not only were you able to take those winnings off the table, not only were you able to do it completely and totally tax-free, but now as you prep for retirement, and you ought to be prepping for retirement, you can now start getting those dollars working for you in a way that is more suitable and makes more sense. And what do I mean by that? Well, you need to be preparing your way for retirement, and that means that you need to be educating yourself on how you can create income with what you've saved for retirement. Remember, income is king. Income is like a bird in the hand. You can either spend it if you have it, or you can save it, reinvest it, and still grow your net worth the old-fashioned way. Well, there's your tip for retirement success. I'm Matthew Johnson, President and owner of Johnson Wealth and Income Management, and remember, don't forget to play a good defense.